Hello everyone, this is Mr. Ted here, and I created this short video to help everyone write their letter, to basically show the guidelines, give some suggestions to make the process a lot easier, because I realize a lot of youth have never written a personal letter, and probably a lot of adults haven't either. So hopefully this will help. So when we start out our letter, we're just going to use a generic greeting. And the most polite greeting, when you don't know exactly who is going to be reading your letter, is simply just to write, "Dear Sir" or "Madam." So the first paragraph after our greeting is going to be general information about you and the purpose of the letter. So you could start your letter by saying, "Hello, my name is Tim. Hello, my name is Jessica. I'm writing this letter as part of the 4-H Hands and Hearts to Seniors campaign." And you could just leave it at that, or you can add some more information about what's personally inspiring you to write your letter. So you might say something along the lines of, "I'm writing a letter today to seniors because I want to connect more with senior citizens," or "I'm interested in learning about your life." So whatever is the reason that you personally want to, you could include that there if you wanted to. Now the second paragraph, you're going to go into more detail about yourself. So the topics that you talk about is entirely up to you. So these questions, if you answer them, you will have a complete letter. But you can basically tell the person who you're communicating with anything about you that you think is interesting or that you want to talk about. But some ideas to help you, and you don't have to answer all these questions, but just some of the ideas to help you would be, what are your hobbies? What 4-H clubs do you belong to? What's your favorite part of 4-H? Are you active in the county fair? What is your family like? How big is it? Do you have brothers or sisters? Do you have pets? If you want to talk more about yourself, you can talk about your plans for the future. What are your favorite movies? What sports teams do you follow? What's your favorite food? Where's your favorite place that you have visited? You can also talk about your plans for the future. For example, do you want to go to college? If so, where? What do you want to study? What do you want to do as a career in the future? And the third paragraph, you're going to ask the other person to tell about themselves. So you can ask questions such as, where are you from originally? Do you have any grandchildren? What are your favorite television shows? What are your hobbies? What did you do as a career? So any kind of question that you want to ask to find out information about this person, it's entirely up to you as well. And you can even go beyond that and ask more philosophical type questions. How is life different for young people today than it was when you were my age? What has changed in the world, for example? And you could even solicit advice from the person for someone of your age. So you might ask them, what advice do you have for someone who's 14 or 15 or 16 years old? And for me, this is the most interesting part of the letter itself, because I always enjoyed speaking to my grandfather when he was alive and asking him about his life when he was growing up. And it was so different, and it was just so interesting to me. So, it's entirely up to you what you write. I just gave you these questions as kind of brainstorming to help you think about what you want to say. So the next part is the fourth paragraph, which is the wrap up, the end of the letter. You can say something like, "Thank you for reading my letter. I would love to receive a reply letter if you're able to." And then you want to write "sincerely," and just write your first name, because we'll be collecting all the letters and taking them over there in one big batch. So write your first name, UF IFAS Extension Office, and our address as your return address. So this is the address that they will use to write back to you, and then we'll make sure the letter gets to you. Your name. Oh, sorry. The last part is the envelope. So this is an addressed envelope. You'll want to put your name and home address in the upper left-hand corner, and in the center bottom of the envelope, you can write our address. So, like I said, we're going to take the letters over to the senior citizens. And if you're mailing it to our office, make sure that you put on a real stamp. And if you want to drop it off, you can drop it off as well. You can drop it in our mail slot. And I look forward to seeing all your letters and hoping that you get responses. And I'm very excited. Thanks. Bye.